confused.
Yeah, we did it.
Are we
Ah!
live?
Yes.
Welcome to We're Offended, You're Offended. I'm Kim. This is Tyler. And this is our first time streaming live. Normally, you can check us out on our Rumble page or YouTube or anywhere else. But we're live today. So sorry for the technical difficulties. We've never done this before. I've never done this before. So
Nope. All these platforms, I hate it. We got our own proprietary way of you have to download this extension and make sure that I already created a link. I had the embedding, all this type of crap, and then they go, nah, nah, don't, nah, nah. Whatever you thought you were doing, no, no. Okay, so with that out of the way, hold on, maybe I'll pull the stream up on my phone so I can at least see comments. How do I do I want to do that? Is this thing gonna die? Uh-oh. No.
if you're going to blame someone, I vote Trudeau. Sorry, I muted myself there. Yes, I completely agree. Which actually reminds me, when I went into the store today, there was a brand new girl that was working and she was in training and she was wearing a red baseball cap that said, make Canada Trudeau-less again. I was like,
Ooh.
I like that. I want one. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
I'd love to see live chats on my phone. But okay, all right, you know what? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, okay? So, what are we talking about today? Ilhan Omar. Ooh, ooh. She was at a Somali Pride Week. Not like Somali, not like pride, like, be happy that you're a pirate kind of thing. Little I thought that was in September as National
Arr.
Pirate. But so, ooh, she got roasted. She's part of the whole squad, that whole, AOC, that kind of thing. So we're gonna touch on that. We're gonna touch on the Dutch farmers that are in total revolt of the World Economic Forum and all their tomfoolery that they got going on. And then the pièce de résistance. Patrick Brown got kicked out of the Conservative Party leadership, or I guess that he was contending for the leadership. I don't know what you're supposed to call it. All I know is he got yeeted because of fraud allegations. So,
Nice.
Patrick Brown,
Naughty, naughty.
you. But I do wonder if it did have something to do with Rebel News. Um, Finding out that their own employees, like city employees, were actually working for his campaign. So, well, we'll talk about that. But I don't know. Do I need to do like formal introductions or YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, all that type of stuff?
We're everywhere.
We're here. We're queer. We're queer.
Are
We're
we?
on Spotify. Share this with your friends. Well, I'm not. I don't know about you, but I'm I'm
Depends
a
on the day.
giga straight dude. Giga like a Jack Murphy, not Jack off Murphy, like Jack Murphy.
Oh,
That is
okay.
me.
Well, to anybody who
Wait,
is new
hold on.
here, this is my husband. Yeah, I married this guy. And he's a long haul truck driver. So that's his ambiance in the background there.
Oh, I thought maybe you heard traffic and everything. All right, you know what? Let's just get into this. So this was from the Washington Free Beacon. Mm-mm. So progressive squad member Ilhan Omar. So she's if you don't know, you should know because she likes to have sex with her brother apparently.
What?
Unconfirmed. But
Okay.
maybe she. So she's a Democrat for for Minnesota, but I believe it's actually strictly for Minneapolis. I believe. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. I don't pay attention all that much. I just like to make fun of people. So she was. As funny that they say it was nearly booed off stage. She was booed for 10 minutes. So we have this little clip here
10
from
minutes?
from
Ooh, that's
10.
harsh. That's harsh.
Oh, it gets better. So as Omar was invited on stage at the Minneapolis Target Center to present an award to a Somali singer, a pirate, the crowd erupted into shouting, including Individuals could be heard yelling, "Go home, get out, and get the f out of here." Omar and the entertainers on stage spent at least 2 minutes trying to get the booing under control.
Oh my
Whenever she
god.
would speak, the booing would intensify, and concert goers could be seen gesturing the thumbs down. All right, so we'll just play this quick
Nice.
little clip. It's only up to 25 seconds, so but just listen. Like these are her people, literally her people. They're Somali. They're in Minneapolis. They are her thing. So just, mm, mm. All right, play it. Listen, as soon as she don't do this, no, don't do this, don't do this.
Oh my god. Ooh, that's like harsh booing too.
All right, okay,
That was
all right.
awesome. I would be so embarrassed if I got up on stage and that's all you heard for like 10 minutes was booing. But like, I'm just gonna go, crawl in a hole somewhere and
Yeah,
die.
um, yeah. You know what? To be fair, I think Ilhan Omar should stick to, maybe screwing her family instead of just screwing over her country. I think she seems to do that a lot better. And for those that don't know, she has been accused. Not It's been all but formally substantiated that while she was married, like when she came over to the US, she married her brother to get him into the country. So she exploited while she was married to someone else, and they were seen
Polygamy.
together. So
Interesting.
you know, well, in incestual polygamy, the best kind of polygamy.
You know what I'm saying?
But this is the thing. Like a lot of these, Justin Trudeau is very much Jagmeet Singh. A lot of the these people that are pushing this great reset, this 2030 agenda, world economic type of stuff. They are and I know I've said this before on one of our episodes, is they can't go out and defend their position. They they have no way of actually doing it. They have to do it online. They have to do it, you know, in a safe space to use their own words because they know in public they have no way of defending it. They can't stand in front of someone and say, "Yes, I do think that we need to shut down the whole economy. Your job is not essential." So they kind of have that degree of separation of, "Oh, it's just numbers. It's just numbers." They don't actually see that that it's actually people that they are affecting.
Okay,
But
hold on.
so
Hold on. Sorry. So one of our watchers right now said from Occupant 42 said it's so heartbreaking that they only got 10 minutes to boo her. She should have stayed longer and listened to her constituents. Oh my god. Yeah, you used a big word that apparently I can't say. That would have been
oh,
great.
I totally agree. And like I said, what looking at Justin Trudeau, to bring it to Canada. And when they are in public, a lot of the times, like you see Jagmeet Singh, Jugmeet, whatever. I don't care. You're
It's
not
Jagmeet.
deserving of any respect. I'm sorry. But he keeps kind of pushing these ideas of, the big oil is making tons of money. They're exploiting people. It's the mega corporations. It's big laws. And I'm consistently like, I'm the asshole that goes, actually, um, I'm one of those where I go, actually, grocery stores only make a profit of 1.5%. So if they're extorting people, they do a really bad job at it. Like they suck.
Yeah.
Profit margins in grocery stores is really low. But if you keep going at it, they just ignore it. They put out their message and then they leave. As Joe Rogan says, he posts and ghosts. They can't actually defend or try and engage in any type of formal criticism. But then you see him, he quite honestly says the Liberal Party has consistently failed. They're corrupt, they're inept, they suck, they're incapable of running a bath. How can they run a country? But I'm gonna suck his dick and I'm gonna sit here and support them. Like this is the position. Like if you didn't have no standards. Wait, how does that expression go? If if you didn't have any
If
standards,
you
you'd
didn't
have
have
no
low
standards.
standards, you wouldn't have any standards or something.
I don't. Sure. Yeah,
Something
let's
along
go
those
with that.
lines.
I don't know how the phrasing
I
goes.
would love for to go anywhere where I could literally just boo Trudeau for a while. Just like point boo.
And he'll run away.
I'll
He'll
pay.
run away. But okay, but so you're seeing a lot of this. You know, it was so funny to see her getting booed by her own people. And I don't mean that as a pejorative. She is Somali. She's at a Somali event, and Somalis are going, "Hey, no, no, we don't like you. Like you're not you because of your skin color. Okay, stop with the racism. Come on." But
Um,
but they're saying you've sold us out. You know, you think of it this way: you leave a country, a communist country, you know, you come to America, you come to North America with the idea of freedom, prosperity, liberty, all those types of things that we took for granted. Well, I shouldn't even say took for granted, but it was expected in Canada. Sorry, a semi just drove past. But so you're now seeing people going, well, I came here for this. And now you're saying, oh, I'm a democratic socialist. I fled socialism. Why would I want to come here and say, hey, the place that I left where it was riddled with corruption and you know poverty, why do I want to come here and have those same policies enacted? So you're seeing like Democrats, and I'll be fair, I'm astounded that anyone, it has to be bots or something that supports Justin Trudeau. Like it has
it
to be.
has to be. But to answer your question earlier, our viewer has answered your question. If you didn't have double standards, you wouldn't have any standards at all.
That's
Thank
it. That's it.
Thank you, Occupant 42.
Yeah. So a lot of what's going on here, you're seeing Justin Trudeau. You're when we were at the bank during like the height of COVID, like not the height that's coming, but we were at the bank and I was talking to a guy. Where was he? What was he from? I can't. I think was it Russia? One of those Eastern Bloc countries. I was talking to him, and you could hear he had like a Scandinavian type of accent, and he goes, "This country's fucked." It in a lot more eloquent words, but he's like, "I fled a communist country, and now I see that happening here." Man, I agree with you. Like, would you not take the opinion of someone that is from a literally came from a communist country? You think people from Cuba go like communism? Absolutely. Yeah, I'd love building another raft and trying to go. I don't know where am I supposed to go?
I mean, there's some people who I have talked to that were from communist countries, and they've said the same thing, where they're like, you can see Canada starting to turn more communist, right? Like they're starting to
Oh,
adapt those type of things. However, you do hear from other people who maybe live in harsher communist countries. Like I'm pretty sure. I'm just gonna say, I'm pretty sure if somebody from China came here right now, they'd be like, "I'm free." Like I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be like, "No, no, no, this ain't no communist country. Go to China." So I mean, there are ones that are worse than others, but there are certain things that are very similar between communist countries and what's going on here. And I mean, we've all heard our boy Trudeau mention on numerous times his admiration for China and then the Cuba
uh-huh.
thing too. So he seems to have a thing for communist countries. So
Yeah, and like anyone with with any type of mind would go, how could you admire a place that Cuba where they murdered people? Like they through a communist revolution, they murdered people. They overthrew a government. Does anyone remember how like Cuba used to be not necessarily a paradise, but they had at least some type of technological advance. Now they're stuck in the what 70s? They've been stuck in the 70s for the past
50s.
50 years.
50s. But see, and
Oh,
that's the funny thing too, because like the reason for the vehicles in Cuba, all those old 50s, 60s vehicles, which is really cool when you go there and you get to see all these beautiful cars that you don't see nowadays, right? So it's very like aesthetically pleasing. However, when you actually figure out or realize why it is that they have all these old cars
Mhm.
because they haven't been able to get in newer vehicles and literally their mechanics, they only know how to work on these old cars because of it. So
Yeah,
that part's kind of sad. And I had remembered when they were talking about lifting the embargo. Yeah, that's embargo, right? On
yeah, the US trade embargo.
Yeah, that there were so many people that were talking about how the Americans are going to come, they're going to buy up all those cars and they're just going to destroy what makes Cuba Cuba.
Well, yeah, there was that, I know, I believe with Barack Obama, I think he started kind of pushing that idea of, well, Cuba's been hooped and they're 60 kilometers or 60 miles away, so we could basically just go liberate them. And Cuba did have a revolution. Like, there was I guess, a or a democratic attempt at overthrowing the communist regime there. I suppose it didn't work because we don't hear anything about it. But speaking of communism, let's check out this thing from Deutschland, from the land of Dutch babies. I guess that's the only thing that Dutch is really.
No, 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 no. You can't say Deutschland because that's Germany.
Oh, right. Well, you know what? To be fair, I don't care about either one of them.
Well, you should, okay? Get it right. Deutschland is
Well,
Germany. This is Dutch, the land
Dutch
of the
land.
Dutch. There you go.
What do they call themselves? The Dutchies.
The
Okay,
Duches?
so douches. All right, but so in well, I guess what would this be? The Netherlands? Is that accurate? The Netherlands is Dutch?
Psh.
Whatever. I don't care. They don't produce anything. They don't do anything. They're irrelevant on the world stage.
Do they yodel
But
or is that Sweden?
that's Sweden.
Oh.
All right, but so the Dutch farmers have been revolting against the government because that government there has been pushing for the whole World Economic Forum, a lot of talk about 2030 agendas and all. It's really messed up, really messed up. But the farmers ain't taking it lying down. So let's just look at what is the government doing with these farmers. We have this from Dutch News. So the finance and agriculture ministries are planning to buy out hundreds of farms at a cost of up to 17 billion euros to cut nitrogen emissions. A report in NCR based on Government Environment Agency documents. Listen to this. Hmm. It had access to said the operation would be a radical departure, suggesting the cabinet would, in quotes, not shy away from using force. Okay? The government, the Dutch government, is going to be buying your property, your farmland, in order to eliminate greenhouse gases to meet their agenda for 2030 by either dollar or by the at the end of a gun. That is what the Dutch government is doing. So the government is looking at two scenarios according to the documents. One, will cost around 9 million euros. Oh, fuck, dude.
Like,
Would
relax.
involve the
Yeah.
yeah, Calgary drivers. I got my big truck and my truck nuts. All right. Would involve the government buying up livestock production rights. The second plan focuses on buying out farmers, some of whom may be forced to sell their land to the government. You are literally having the government saying, give us, fuck your life. We're not interested in what you have to produce. We have targets to hit, and we're going to do it one way or another. We're either going to remove you from the equation or, oh, I guess how unfortunate. You don't have a job anymore. This is kind of the position that they're taking. So they're actually kneecapping their own industry because cows are well, I guess farmland. There's too much nitrogen, which I thought the same. Did you know that the same guy, the what the hell? Oh my god, I'm forgetting his name right now. Like the same doctor during World War II. that gassed the Jews was the same guy that actually was able to pull nitrogen out of the air. Or was that World War One? I don't know. It's been a long time. But it was the
Wha-
same doctor that was gassing Jews, created a technology that could that revolutionized farming in the world.
Well, that would
So
have to be
while that
World War II because it was the only one where they did that to the Jewish people.
maybe actually Holland is okay. Actually, Holland is the largest meat producer exporter in Europe. Oh, Holland, you and your ugly
Did
shoes.
you?
Oh,
Can you see the comments now?
yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. So there, yeah, because there was the other one there that I was gonna read to you, where Occupant had said it's possible to admire some things without admiring a whole country. China has clean, safe streets because of their draconian laws.
Actually, in Las Vegas, like in the Strip, I think it's called Enterprise. It's actually not Las Vegas. Like if you look at a map, you'll see Las Vegas, and then on like the southwest, it's actually called Enterprise. That's the Las Vegas Strip. That's where all the casinos are.
Oh,
But I'm fairly certain they have laws in place that say you cannot like there's no litter there. It's all artificial grass. It is beautiful because everything is kept so clean.
yeah,
So
that would
it's
be nice.
but no, and I totally agree. You know, everyone started flaming Trump because he said Putin's a smart guy. And they go, "Look, he's a Russian apologist. He's a Putin sucker. He just wants that Russian schlong like he can't help it." No, you can still admire someone. Like, yeah, I admire that China can just murder people en masse in order to push a political agenda. I can admire it, and I would go, I would never do that. In fact, I think the Chinese people should go and rise up against their communist leaders. And that's why I always say the government I have no sympathy for. It's the citizens who I have my heart breaks
Oh,
for. So
100%. And the more that, like, in Manitoba here, like, the more that Ukrainians that I'm seeing coming in and stuff like that, like, literally, I mean, again, so happy that they're here. So nice to see them. But, oh, I figured out where I get my eyes from. It's definitely the Ukrainian part. I've had so many people come in that are like, their eyes change from blue to green or gray or whatever. And I'm like, what? I've met one other person my entire life that their eyes change as blue and green, and it was my baba. That's it. So I'm like, cool.
well, they had to get rid of the dark-haired, dark-skinned fellers, back in those times.
In those times. Yeah.
All right, so let's play just we don't have to play this whole clip. It's for 49 seconds. So this is the Dutch well, this is from Sky News Australia. But listen, Sky News is so right wing, like they are unapologetically like these woke idiots. They have to push their liberal bullshit. Like, oh, it's so funny. And it's coming from an Australian, so he's gonna stab you.
Oh,
So all right.
or he'll throw some insect at you that's going to kill you in 2 seconds.
Oh God.
I love
All
Australians.
right. So
Okay.
all right. So let's just play this quick little bit here.
Currently, in two very different places around the world, we are seeing what happens when the left and the climate cult start implementing their crackpot schemes to save the planet. You see,
Did he say what I
none of
think he
these
just said?
net zero climate schemes work
What?
without massively disrupting or even destroying the lives of the little
I totally
people,
agree with him.
small businesses, family farms, mum and dad enterprises, ordinary family life. In Holland,
Oh,
currently,
Holland. There you
there are
go.
massive
Holland.
demonstrations. You won't see them on the news.
My God, look at all those
because
cars.
the
Or,
Dutch authorities
Uh-huh.
are
Shit.
Trucks,
literally
tractors.
shutting
yeah,
down
sorry. Yeah.
small farms
I misspoke.
in order to slash nitrogen oxide and ammonia emissions.
Oh my God.
2030.
Thousands
By
of
2030.
tractor-driving Dutch
But so
protesters
Oh my
they've gone to
God.
government buildings and they're taking manure, like, shit, and just
Really?
spraying it all government
Ah.
buildings. They
Okay.
brought a tank. They brought a tank.
Like
These guys are no joke. They
septic
brought a
tank.
tank.
Oh my God. Or
No,
like
as in
tank.
a war machine tank.
Nice. Dude, you know what? If I had the money, I'd be going to Holland right now just to see this shit. That's freaking awesome. But did he just say, like, Did he say what I think he said in the beginning? Did he say climate? See you next
Activists.
Tuesdays? Oh, I heard.
Oh, no, no. Yeah, climate activists.
Oh, that's
And you
not
know
what I
what? And
heard.
to be fair, they can't hear the audio. Thank Kim.
Really? Why?
Don't
Oh,
make a good argument for abortion, I'll tell you that.
can't hear it. Son of a bitch. Really? Really? It just clicked what you just said. Why
Hmm.
you cannot hear audio? Hold on.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, but you're seeing that the Dutch farmers are like they're looking at buying up nearly 50% of I think it was of 30,000 farms. They want to buy up 17,000 of them. It also now begs the question, why is Bill Gates buying farmland so much? He is the largest single holder of private land, I believe, in the world.
Hold on. I saw you turn up the volume. But is okay, so it's just super quiet. Ugh. I don't know how to
Oh,
I don't know how to turn that up anymore. Mm,
last Amir's out, baby. Oh,
okay.
yeah, okay, but
Did
so
you
he
hear
was
the first
basically just
video?
saying
Sorry.
he was he was basically saying, the woke leftist mob, the climate activists, through trying to push through these policies they're now enacting them. The whole Greta Thunberg thing of we need to stop the oil not in 2020 but now. That's like a perfect rendition. Flawless, flawless rendition of her voice.
Yeah, it was
But
impeccable.
so, and again, I've brought this up many times. If you are really going to talk about, eliminating oil, being energy independent, saving the planet, why are we not talking about nuclear? I have to beg that question. Why? It is for cost. It is pennies per kilowatt. It is one of the safest systems that the world has right now. In fact, nuclear, and I've said this many times, nuclear is becoming old technology. France has been working on a nuclear fission plant. Now they're not there, but they're working on it. The same thing that powers the sun. That's what they're working on. That's what they're trying to develop. But you're seeing a lot of it. You're seeing a lot of this. Well, we need to go on solar. We need to go on wind power. We need to all these types of things. Okay, but there are developing countries that are running into these types of problems. You know, did you just hear that Uganda found $12 trillion of gold? And you want to know how they found it? China bucks.
What?
This is Well, because China and their whole Belt and Road Initiative. I know, a little weird tangent, but you're seeing a lot of these developing nations are just saying, "Hey, we just want a chance too. We want to join the. We don't want to be. We don't want to be third world countries. We don't want to be ruled by guerrilla, warlords and stuff." And all these places are saying, "No, no." Like the UN is being replaced by a thing called BRICS, like Brazil. It's a conglomeration of the countries that are not in Ukraine or in Ukraine in the UN. Sorry. Oh, it's like China, India, Brazil. I believe Uganda just joined up with them. There's a couple other countries. I believe Russia is now part of this. So you're seeing a big split, and these are massive countries. Like China has 1.4 billion people.
It's
India is
crazy.
another billion people. Bill, they don't have a lot of people, but they have a lot of natural resources. You're seeing China is putting a lot of this money, but we have a lot of Western nations are saying, no, you're not allowed to explore for oil. You're not allowed to do this. So they go, well, hey, well, I'm going to go with the country that's at least letting me develop my country, trying to save and feed my people. And in fact, the Ugandan president was even saying, we will have a middle class. We
Perfect.
So you're seeing a lot of this talk about how bad nuclear power is. Well, okay, and I'll say it's very much like this whole abortion debate. Okay, the left has said, well, what about rape and incest? Okay, what if there was an exception made for rape incest, and to save the life of the mother if the baby could not be born. Okay? What if we outlawed everything else? Oh, well, no, it's not about that. It's not okay, well then you're being disingenuous. It's the same type of stuff here. Okay? All right, let's talk about solar. Solar at best works about 60, maybe 65%. It's okay. It's a decent alternative. Okay? Wind, well, what if the wind doesn't blow? What if the sun doesn't shine? Okay. But then we say, okay, what about nuclear? Nuclear is extremely efficient. The thing, it doesn't even want to stay together. It basically produces its own energy. Like that's it's so efficient with how it breaks down. And they go, no, 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 no. No, nuclear? I remember Hiroshima and Nagasaki. No, no, that's bad. 3 Mile Island. You know, the most destructive I was listening to the CBC. I know, Communist Broadcasting Corporation. Okay, I get it. But so I was listening and they were talking about there was a nuclear reactor that was underground that they were testing these small nuclear plants. And they said this was the worst disaster in US history. 3 people died because of this nuclear reactor failing. What they consistently leave out, and this is what bothers me. You know, it's very much like the Jalen Walker thing. Well, he was unarmed and cop shot him in the back for no reason. No, you leave out the part where shot at police. He was masked and he made a gesture as though he's going to shoot them, which would kind of beg just the kind of the connection that okay, well maybe something happened here, maybe something got left out. But so you're seeing um so what you're seeing with this incident was they were doing like so if anyone that doesn't okay, I'm going to simplify it very very much. So in order to control the reaction of a nuclear reactor, you have these rods, these giant plates that help control the uh the reaction with the plutonium rods. But so what one of these guys did was he lifted it up because it got stuck. So he yanked on this rod. It was all done manually, not done through a computer. He lifted it up too fast, caused a chain reaction, and the well, it became a nuclear bomb. That's why it failed. It was because of operator error.
It's
Chernobyl
crazy.
was operator error. Fukushima
Yeah.
was budget cuts. It's people that fucked it up, that screwed it up. Sorry, I'm not trying to.
Look at COVID. I mean,
You're
that was.
muted. I can't hear you, ding dong.
I'm not muted. Oh my
You're
God.
mute. No, you're still muted.
This be some bullshit.
Hold on. I'll be back. I'll be back.
My God, I have two faces now. And yes, I do completely agree, occupant, that nuclear is like pit bulls. 100%. You talk about it
Yeah, I
and.
still don't hear you. Change your settings.
Oh my God, my settings are changed.
I don't hear nothing. You're terrible. All right. Okay, so while you're figuring that out, so with the Dutch farmers, relax. But you are seeing a lot of what they're talking about, the 2030 agenda. There's a big push now for eating bugs. You need to love eating bugs. I think there was a thing on Jimmy Kimmel where they were eating cockroaches and he's going, "Oh, these are delicious. We should be eating the bugs." No, nothing. We should be enjoying the yes, I don't know. Women
Well,
you know,
see, they can hear me
they're
because.
beast.
Oh, okay. You guys can hear me because you're hearing me through the OBS system. But I'm talking to him and Gilded, and he
I don't
can't.
know.
He
I hear
can't
nothing.
hear
I hear
me.
literally I hear nothing from you. I don't know what you did. I don't know what you broke.
One moment. Sorry
Okay.
about this, guys.
What a shit show. Yes. Yes. Oh.
It's a
Terrible.
Christmas Day miracle. No, I was explaining to them when you heard me talking that they can hear me because this is going through OBS, so they can still hear me. But it was the gilded thing that we're talking through that for whatever reason it just didn't want me to talk to him anymore. It was like, and you're cut off. So what I was saying when you had disconnected there when you went away. So Occupant had made a comment about how nuclear is like pit bulls. It has too much bad press that
Mhm.
they won't even consider it, which is 100% true.
Oh, I 100% agree. Yeah, it very much has that stigma of, well, nuclear, you think of bombs. No, you don't think of power. And again, if the conversation was to be serious, okay, what about lung disease? A lot of people actually die from burning fossil fuels. A lot of people. So it's not just with saving the environment, it's actually saving lives. But they just say we have to save the planet. We're a cancer on this planet. Okay, well then go do what cancer does and cut it out. Just cut. How about start with you? Well, cut yourself. Go back to being a teenager. All right,
Nice.
let's let's get to this stuff with Patrick Brown.
Okay.
All right,
Huzzah.
so we have
I haven't heard that in so long. Huzzah! I like it.
so with Patrick Brown, he has been removed from being a contestant on the price of conservatism. So we have from CP24. So Patrick Brown was disqualified from a conservative leadership race. So election committee chair Ian Brody says in a statement that the party became aware of a serious allegation of wrongdoing by Brown's campaign that appeared to violate the financing rules in the Canada Elections Act. The statement did not provide further details, blah, blah, blah. So if you don't know, Patrick Brown is the mayor of Brampton, Ontario. He is the mayor. He already has a job.
Okay, no, I actually did know that. I didn't know who this guy was.
Oh, so since he started, he threw his hat in the ring to be the leader of the Conservative Party. He has canceled every city meeting since he started. So there's been,
Really?
city councils are saying we don't know what to do. We don't have any guidance. We got nothing. Even so,
Does he really think that's going to get
oh,
him like votes if you're
oh,
canceling every single meeting?
he's I don't understand. Like this is a guy that's been riddled with scandals. Like I think he's trying to get like with Trudeau of, can I have more scandals? I'll race you to the scandal line. Like he had. Well, we'll get into it. Well, here, like we can look from the start. So Patrick Brown directed his top party officials. So this is one of his controversies. Patrick Brown directed top Tories to get me the result I want in nomination now being probed by police. So he was trying to influence elections, influence type this stuff. This was back in 2018. He was, I guess, when he was running. So you're yeah, okay, so let's just continue with this story. So the former progressive conservative leader emailed specific instructions to Bob Stanley, then the party's executive director, and Rick Dykstra, then the Progressive Conservative Party, because I believe he was running for Ontario at the time. 5 days before the nomination meeting in Hamilton. So this is a guy who will use, very much like Trudeau, will use all his minions to try and force a result. With Brenda Lucky. Oh, well, we need to push gun control. So compromise an investigation in Nova Scotia so that we can push gun registration or gun regulation through.
That was
He's
insane.
done a very similar thing.
And to anybody who is unaware, the investigation that we're talking about was the Nova Scotia, where that guy was dressed up as a fake cop and went and killed a bajillion people and burned
Yeah,
houses down
our
and stuff. Yeah.
first mass shooting in Canadian history. And it was all Justin Trudeau used it as an excuse to push gun control legislation. One of the first things he did for COVID. All right, so let's just listen to this quick little excerpt while he was being interviewed on, I believe this was on CTV. So just play. This is on our in our chat. So just give that a quick little listen. Yeah, Pat Brown COVID mandates. COVID or the first one.
Party I thought was very beatable in the next election. But if he's challenged by an extreme conservative party that runs
he's
on
talking about
banning
Pierre
childhood
Poilievre.
vaccines and trying to replace
Banning childhood
inflationary
vaccines?
policy with cryptocurrency, it's going to be an electoral train wreck, and Justin
And
Trudeau will
pushing
be.
inflation with crypto. Okay. All right. So that's what he's saying. That Pierre is trying to stop vaccines for children. Not what he said, but okay. Let's look at. Oh, where did this? Well, let's look at what Patrick Brown, the mayor of Brampton, what did he do during COVID lockdowns? Let's just take a quick little look at this. This is a clip from Rebel News, and it doesn't look good. He just looks like a guy of typical rules for thee, not for me type of thing.
Is this another one of the ones that you sent me privately?
No, this
No.
is in the show now.
TheStar.com?
Video playing hockey during lockdown. This is only for the first 30 seconds.
Oh, weird. All right.
Well, folks, we're getting the bums rush, but holy mackerel, I think I see Patrick Brown himself.
Holy mackerel.
David Menzies with Rebel News.
You're in a city facility?
Yeah, so are you.
Yeah.
So, are you playing hockey here? Or?
It's a little out of
No,
breath
I'm
there.
just coming to check in our facility. You're not supposed to be here, actually.
Are these taxpayer dollars being used for your buddies to play hockey on this rink? Why is it one law for me and one law for thee in this city?
Oh, so during COVID lockdown, when he
Nice.
said, "Oh, you're not allowed to go play hockey, no public facilities, no, shut down the parks, shut down all the swimming, shut down everything." You notice the first question he asks, "Why are you in this facility?" I could ask you that very same question.
Yeah.
Why are these people here? I thought it was supposed to be locked down. So again, with his response of him saying, well, he was pushing COVID mandates. Let's let's play the next video clip here from, and this is another one from Rebel News, and he makes it very clear that he doesn't like Rebel News because he's being called out. That's what they don't like. They don't like to be called out. They don't like to see, I guess,
of
their
course not.
hypocrisy being
Well,
exposed.
exactly. And that's why Trudeau has such an issue with like freaking Rebel News too, Tamara Lynch. Like the list can just keep going here. But all right, yes, let's take a view of this video.
We've seen you shut down Brampton public parks, playgrounds, and other public facilities under threats of $880 public and worse. My colleagues and I witnessed you breaking your own rules heading to play hockey with your friends, and you lied about that too.
Look at me, he's just like,
What do you say to
shut
voters
up,
that
shut up.
don't
Right.
believe you because of your past actions?
I don't agree with
Well,
them.
I certainly don't agree with Rebel Media.
I
and
don't
it was
agree
very
with Rebel
clear
Media.
that I was one of the few big city mayors that pushed back against the closures of recreation. And I'm sure you know that complaint from Rebel was found to be factually incorrect. And I'm proud of my record during COVID-19 to have been one of the few big city mayors in the country who didn't
Okay.
have vaccine mandates and pushed
The hell?
to make sure that
Okay,
recreation
okay.
was
You
open
just
to stay
heard what
active,
he
to
said.
stay fit.
You heard it from him.
Yeah.
I pushed to
TJ
keep
for
them
Rebel News.
open. I
we've
kept
seen
them
you
open. I kept them open. What was his other? vaccine mandates, and I didn't push for vaccine mandates. Oh, did Mr. Mayor Brown? Brown fired back saying Polyev only took a stand against mandates when it became politically popular in some circles. He said during the worst of the pandemic, Polyev sent 3,000 tweets and he didn't talk about vaccine mandates once. This is right from Patrick Brown's own mouth. Okay, I pushed against vaccine mandates. I didn't want people to get the vaccines, and I wanted to keep places open. Well, he shut down hockey rinks. He shut down these types of things to the tune of almost $900 for a fine.
Oh my god.
So right here, oh, what is this from Toronto City News? Patrick Brown reiterates call to vaccinate essential workers after the death of a 13-year-old. When asked what the provincial government can do to ensure such a tragedy never happens again, Brown responded, vaccinate essential workers. We got to get needles into arms, baby. That's what we have to force them. We have to kick out our nurses if they don't do it. We have to vaccinate all essential workers. Well, the thing is, with this article, they leave out a lot of information with regards to what happened with this 13-year-old. Because if you remember, Tina Henshaw, the Alberta health official, told a story of a 14-year-old healthy person that died from COVID. They had to walk that back because this boy's sister that ended up dying said, actually, he had brain cancer and was dying.
Oh my god.
So So again, this calls a lot of things into question. Like, are you actually telling the truth, or are you spinning a narrative? Because now, if you're lying about this, what else are you now lying about? And I'm not saying they're always lying. I'm just saying they're mostly always lying. Yeah, I'll give them the 5%. But it calls everything else into question now to the point where they said, well, we're not going to release information regarding COVID deaths until we can verify. You would assume that would be what you would have done. It's like the Uvalde thing when the cops are saying, we thought the door was locked. We couldn't get in. You would assume that at least you jiggle the fucking handle,
Right?
push on the whatever, the thing on the door to push it open.
Yeah.
I
Well,
figured you would have done, like, it's just a no-brainer.
well, and what I found really comical with that too is the guy was saying like, "Oh, we were struggling to find the right key, and when we finally found the right key, it would have been the first key that they tried because they would have put it in, it wouldn't have turned, but then they would, oh look, the door's open." So they didn't actually go through all the keys. They would have figured it out right then and there. They just waited around for a freaking hour.
No, but what I'm saying is it would almost seem like I would assume that you checked, hey, did this person underlying health conditions? Well, now this 13-year-old, and you're sitting here saying, I pushed against COVID vaccine mandates. Weird, because the article is saying that you pushed for it. Vaccinate people, get them vaccinated. Have to be vaccinated.
Well, yeah, and just
You're
because,
seeing over and over he flip-flopped on these when it was politically convenient to do so.
yeah. Well, and you could see too that like, oh boy, here we go again. Gotta love connection issues.
All right.
Anyway,
But so
uh,
right, what?
I don't even remember now. At this point, I forgot.
What I was gonna say, to be fair, I'm not throwing Pierre any bones either, because he finally spoke up, and you know what? My only assumption is that it was because O'Toole was finally out of the picture, and he just went, you know what? This is stupid. You're basically you're just playing Justin Trudeau's game, and you're losing. He does the woke stuff better than you, so you're just losing the argument. But
Yeah. Well, but it was even true that like what the guy said, like, okay, so even if he didn't want to, or he himself pushed back against the COVID mandates and the vaccines and stuff like that, doesn't mean he was actually pushing back for everybody else. He was still, you do this, you do that, da da da, you got to follow this, but I'm just not going to, which is exactly what the guy from Rebel News had said, rules for thee, not for me. So
oh, and it was a lot of it. If anyone remembers, we had politicians going to flights to Cuba or to Hawaii because it's a family tradition where they were making Christmas Day videos saying, hey, we're all in this together while they were in other countries for Christmas.
Yeah, that made me so
We're
mad.
all in this together. But
Yeah.
you've seen this over and over. So at some point, people just say, you know what? I can't take you seriously. Now there's the big push for, well, every 9 months, you need to get your COVID shot. Otherwise, you're not in compliance. So,
Yep.
all right, let's, if nothing else, let's get the hell out of here. Some of us work for a living.
Oh, please. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for watching. Hope you had a fantastic day. Sorry again about some of the technical difficulties we were having today. Again, this is the first time we decided to attempt at doing live streaming. So hopefully we'll work out the kinks next time. And we'll catch you again tomorrow. Don't forget.
Wait, the Asians?
What?
Asians?
What talk about the Asians? I don't know what you're saying.
Carry
Anyway.
on. Carry on.
Anyway, don't forget to check us out in all the places that will be listed in the description box below when this gets posted. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It does nothing more than fill my heart with warm fuzzies when I see the little subscribe button going up. Have a good night, guys.
Yay.
I'll show you gay.